Once again this week in our Allied Cooperative program, we visit with Tom Hoffman, Agronomy Sales Lead in the Marshfield office. And Tom, what a difference a week makes, because last week we had some burn down days coming up. We had about 5% of the corn silage harvested, but things have changed. What did you find, first of all, at the Bertmar Farms at the burn down days? How far along was that silage? And again, that's almost a week ago now.
Yeah, so that was Friday. We had a burn down day and plot tour at Bertmar Farms, and wanted to thank Alan and the people there for their hospitality and their assistance there. But yeah, we had about 36 corn silage samples that we had checked for whole plant moisture. The low was 67, the high was 79, but the average was about 74. So there wasn't any super dry, but I wouldn't hesitate to say, obviously the weather that we've had, things have really progressed quite well. I think, we can anticipate 2/3 of a lot of times we'll say half a point whole plant moisture, but on this warm weather, it could be 2/3 and maybe as much as 3/4 of a point whole plant moisture that we lose in a day. So, make a long story short, things are progressing really, really well. And obviously, if a guy's got many acres to do, he's going to have to get at it, because some of this is going to creep up on a guy, and it's going to get a little drier than they want if they don't get to it.
Yeah, a week or 10 days ago, we were talking, 60s and lower 70s. And the last few days, we've been in the 80s, and we still have a couple 80-degree days. So those growing degree days add up and change that plant moisture in a hurry, don't they?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, we're getting double the growing degree days we normally do at this time of the year. It's really quite significant. We're getting more than 20 growing degree days in a day. That's a lot. So in 10 days, 200, I mean, we can have things that were half milk line and 200, 250 growing degree days. We're already at black layers. So corn silage to keep moving along, but obviously really high moisture corn snaplage and some of those things are going to sneak up on a guy. So if that's something that they want to do, they're going to have to also pay attention to that quite quickly afterwards to get that put up at the proper moisture.
Boy, that is for sure. Time's a wasting, as they say. Hey, from talking to the guys at Bertmar last week and walking in the test plots in the fields out there, did you see any challenges, disease, standability issues, anything like that, Tom?
Really, they're quite fortunate right there. We did see a little bit of northern corn leaf blight, a very subtle amount of southern rust right there, but I would say in that particular region, there's an awful lot of pretty good plant health. Yes, you could identify some disease, but I don't think it's going to be yield limiting in that particular area. Some other areas, I mean, there is significantly more disease, and it is going to finish off the corn plants a little bit earlier. But overall, I don't think it's bad. It's not widespread, and I think we are progressing, quite well. To where I don't think some of this disease is going to be too bad on the crop overall.
And of course, in the fall, things really mount up on us as far as trying to get some work done. What about fall fertilization, fall fertilizer prices, supply, ordering? What should we be doing right now as far as the fall activities and fertilizer, Tom?
Obviously, putting on fall fertilizer does help spread the workload for the farmer as well as our industry. And the other thing is hard for the whole industry to have everything in the spring. So to help everybody get things done in a timely manner, some people really should be looking at fall fertilizer. It's a good agronomic practice. Obviously now the time to commit is there. We feel we have very good supplies. Potash is pretty solid. I think we have enough phosphates. That is a little tight in the industry, obviously. Phosphates are a little bit high. But overall, I don't see it softening here in the very near future as well.
I don't think the supplies from other countries are going to change much to make a difference. You say the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we have some production of phosphates in this country, but we do have some imports, and we are reliant upon, some of that to fulfill all of our needs. But nonetheless, I do think it's a good practice, and it does help the expectation of our grower, and justifiably so, as they want to get things going in the spring, but getting some of this out of the way in the fall is agronomically sound and a good idea.
That's for sure. And of course, as we've been talking, it's fall, getting to be fall. Combines are out, the choppers are out, everything is out and about. farm safely, right, Tom?
Oh, you're certainly right, Bob. We just can't overlook that. Obviously, everybody's trying to get a lot done in a short period. We just commented on, hey, we got to keep moving along, but just don't overlook the safety. Everybody wants to see their loved ones come home. We don't want injuries, don't want deaths. Just take time to be careful. Obviously, the common losses as a common driver, please be aware of ag equipment. They're big. It doesn't stop on a dime. Everybody has to be very, very cautious of it at this busy time of the year.
That's for sure. Whether you're driving farm equipment or motorcycles, cars, SUVs, whatever it is, let's be careful. It's a busy time of the year. Hey, Tom, thanks for the update. Appreciate it.
Hey, sounds good. Thank you, Bob.
There he is, Tom Hoffman with us once again, Agronomy Sales Lead in the Marshfield office on our Allied Cooperative program. I'm Bob Bosold.